There we go. Y'all can actually hear me now. I forgot to actually set up the game beforehand though, so... Alright. Nope. It was almost good. There we go, there we go. I'm gonna be real. I got like really sick right before the stream. Because I tried to eat an entire thing of like a huge poke order. A really, really big one. And I wolfed that shit down right before the stream. That was a bad decision, because I now feel like shit. But we're gonna continue anyway. Budget production, and literally, the budget is 0. It's like less than 0 actually, just straight up. I also forgot to turn on my controller. And it is now not responding, so... Oh my god. Fucking A, I swear. Oh, I think the batteries just straight up ran out. Thankfully, being a game dev means I have literally 1,000 controllers. Come on. Just pair already. There you go, Xbox. You did the job. Okay. I say that, and it's still actually not working. Huh. I might have to quit the game. Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah. I actually had to just use my inhaler because allergies have really gotten me recently too, so that was fun. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta completely restart the game. It didn't recognize the controller at all. Oh my god. Anyway, what have y'all been up to, huh? Hopefully you've been having a decent day. There we go. Okay. Okay, it's working. Brilliant. Okay. Oh my god, my throat. I feel like, I don't know if any of y'all have had this problem, but whenever I eat rice, there's a few things that this happens with. Rice, like anything, like milk, really like makes me super congested afterwards. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Voice is actually starting to return to normal. I just need to drink enough water that my entire body is like 80% water. And then my voice will return to normal. Alright, so I actually don't remember exactly what we were doing last time. Okay. Right, so we had just finished the... Yeah, so we had just finished the bowling alley area. Pizza and beer is a pretty good combo. Yeah, I don't know, milk is actually probably the worst for me. Whenever I drink milk, I just feel like my entire body is suddenly filled with phlegm, which is disgusting on so many levels. Alright, okay, so we already did this one. We got the bees. We, wait, so actually... Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. This is what I actually wanted. Okay, so we have to go to the mailroom.
Scanning access granted.
But yeah, I'm actually allergic to milk, so... It's like, honestly, just... milk just all around hates me.
Me, Raz, from Whispering Rock. I need to come in there and talk to you.
Sorry, senior staff only.
Right.
What? Really? Senior staff? Fine.
So, we still need to find Nick a brain.
Staff.
That's right. Okay. God, I keep clicking the wrong freaking button. If anyone is gonna have a spare brain... slab in the quarry. God damn it. Okay, so we're actually really far away from that. Dude, milk tastes so good though. Oh, it's so good. I don't know what it is. It's like super refreshing. To a degree that's kind of insane. I don't know.
Not card miser. Combine your psych ore from the automatic.
Where I thought I'm trying to find I think it's over here. We can fast pass to or like transport or whatever. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay. I guess the quarry, yeah. I love these random little cutscenes in between the loading segments. Oh, it's literally right there. Okay, I don't know how we didn't see that last time. Okay, well that makes my job easy. Oh boy, I love that everything is like brain shaped, even the plants.
Scanning for fingerprint. Access granted.
Oh god, I don't even want to know what are the captions? I can't even imagine. This seems a little bit overkill.
Nice to see you again, Rasputin. And you've managed to stay clothed. Very good.
Wow. Look at all these gadgets.
Gadgets?
Sorry, machines. Psycho-reactive technology?
Rasputin, I thought you would recognize these for what they
Oh
are.
boy.
These are dreams.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say something.
Where
Well,
do
I
you
mean,
think
that was
machines
pretty
come
dumb
from?
still, but...
They spring forth from the human imagination. They are human thought made real. I invented that
Wait, so
one
like...
when I was angry. When I designed that one, I was sad. That one, I was just hungry.
Incredible.
Glad you like them. You know, I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns, but Agent 9 seems to put a lot of faith in you, my boy.
Also, hopefully you can
If
hear
you'd
them
like to try
decently.
one
I
out,
can turn the audio up for them a bit, though.
Oh, man.
Alright, so we just need to find a brain. Can we just talk to him about that?
Mentalis?
Yes, Rasputin?
Got any cool devices to lend out?
Shh. Interns aren't allowed to check out my devices. But if you were to take your time, say, delivering one of these to Sasha or Mia, well, that would be none of my business. This one is a thought tuner. Use it to find stray thoughts floating around the world. And this
I still
scientist
love that
camera
everything
for
is
creating
like very
photographic
70s
memories.
focused, despite it
I'd train you how to use
obviously,
it, but, that
like,
would only increase my legal liability.
yeah,
Have fun.
everything just looks very 70s. It's pretty hilarious.
And thanks for delivering those items to Sasha and Mia.
What's your theory on the mole?
Oh, I really haven't thought too much about it. Maybe I should make a lie detector.
So is Maligula as bad as people say?
Oh, I don't like to think about that name. If my device had just worked better that day, so many things would be different now.
So for those that don't know, that's like the big baddie of this game.
What device did you build to fight Maligula?
The Hyper-Hyglaciator. It amplified our hydrokinetic powers and allowed us to freeze water semi-permanently. But Maligula threw our friend Helmet in the water just before the device went off. He was frozen so deeply in my hyper-ice, we were
Oh,
never
God.
able to recover his body. Only Ford saw it happen, and he's unable to tell us where to look for it.
Well then. How do these machines make
How do these
contact
machines
with your
make contact
mind?
with
Yeah.
your mind?
The secret is the Titanium. It's a psychoreactive quartz-like mineral that responds to and amplifies psychic energy. It vibrates with the psychic waves, driving the machines.
Well, I ought to let you get back to work.
Very, very humorous.
I like this guy. I don't know why, but I actually thought of him as a lot more standoffish from like the little portals that he has
You
around
shouldn't be
everywhere.
back here. It's
These
not
things.
safe. Also, personal bubble.
Okay, fair enough.
Agent Mentalis?
Yes, Rasputin?
Well, I ought to
Oh,
let you
okay,
get back
that's
to
it.
work.
Very, very humorous.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. So they have a camera.
Closer, I think.
Okay. Oh my god, it looks beyond ridiculous. I don't really know what it's supposed to be doing though, so
That's enough of that. Yoink.
So I'm not actually sure. Where the spare brain would be. Never mind. Literally right as I said that, I just realized all of those are brains.
So many brains.
All voluntarily donated upon death. I have all the paperwork. Somewhere.
These people are all dead?
Their bodies are, and their brains are no longer capable of thought. But I've preserved them here, in the brain frame.
Oh my god, of
What
course.
for?
Experiments.
Ew. Really?
No room for the squeamish in psychic science, Sonny. The mind is the final frontier of humanity.
Why does that one have a
We've
band-aid
only
on it?
begun to explore its mysteries. That is, after all, the true mission of the Psychonauts. Someday, my brain will live here, and yours too.
What?
Should have read that NDA more carefully.
Amazing. Oh my god.
No. Too big for Nick.
Oh my god, what the fuck's wrong with that one?
That one looks a little soggy. Ouch. No thank you. Doesn't have the oblongata I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Hey,
please
this
put
one
a
looks not
band-aid on
bad.
it.
Not bad at all.
Oh wait, this is the one I want then. I love how they're like all different colors. It doesn't even make any sense. Oh, that's actually kind of gross.
Probably been a long time since you've had a visitor. We hope you don't mind pop-ins.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Maybe I'm too late.
Your whole brain.
Doesn't seem to be any life left here. Oh, hello. Can you hear me? My name is Raz. Who are you? How long have you been in here? What's your name?
Sorry. Oh, you. Sorry, I just haven't talked in such a long time. Oh my gosh, is that my voice? Is that what I sound like? What do you sound like? Oh my gosh, who are you? Are you not me?
Oh my god.
My name is Raz.
Words. Words. You're saying words to me? What was that non-word sound I just made? Am I dying? No, not dying. I feel alive. Very
Wow, this
alive.
actually has
Who are
a
you?
lot of
Who am I? Am
what
I
do you call
anything?
it?
Am I everything? Am I God? Oh, I'm not sure, but I feel like I might be God. Or
Like,
the universe,
it
or
opens
the
up a lot of
cosmic
questions
cosmic
about the
oneness or something like that.
Psychonauts
Yeah, am
universe.
I right?
Well, basically, right now, you're kind of a brain in a jar.
Huh?
But if you can remember your name, we might be able to find out what happened to your body.
I can't remember much of anything.
I believe you are suffering from extreme sensory deprivation. Years with no physical input has caused your memory and identity complexes to atrophy.
Oh, I am not ready for words that big yet.
I happen to know of a body that needs a brain right
Oh
now to
god.
keep it out of trouble. If I were to place you in that body,
Imagine
you
though,
would
like,
start to
if
receive
you
fresh
if you
sensory
gave a
input,
brain
which
that
could
effectively
trigger
was
some of your lost
dead,
memories.
Let's
to
do
another
it.
body,
Wait, what's a body?
why would they
After
ever
all,
actually give it
one?
back to you?
I'll be right back.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
Where
literally.
did you go? This is everything.
I promise to be quick. While I'm gone, you try to remember stuff.
Okay, but please hurry. I'll try to remember when I created the universe. Or when I destroyed it.
Oh god. But yeah, like, obviously you wouldn't want to leave the body, so I can't imagine that being a good idea.
If I put this brain into Nick's body,
Oh,
I think
it's
I'd
so
be helping
gross.
him move out, as well as helping me to get into the mail clerk's private office. Come with me, handsome.
Oh, oh. Okay.
Halfway we'll travel back to the mailroom to break Nick's head.
Okay. That was like probably the last thing I expected him to do.
Rituals for new agents. Some things never change, I guess.
I can't believe he actually kissed it.
Yep.
I wonder actually, wait, can I grab it? I cannot. What's I don't think I can use any of these. Can I borrow your brain? Why would you want to? What, like, what would be your end goal? Oh god. Yeah, I feel like the Psychonauts definitely
I'm beginning to
have
sense
committed
there are
war
some stray
crimes.
thoughts nearby. I should check it out with my thought tuner. Okay, let's see if there are any stray thoughts around. Thoughts! Stray thoughts!
Oh, okay. God, I keep feeling like I'm about to burp. I'm so sorry. I feel like I haven't been talking much, but that's the reason. I keep feeling like I'm gonna let out a massive burp.
I love these things.
So let's actually, we have probably a lot of these to upgrade. Yeah, we do. Damage, duration. Probably, let's... Okay, and then... Yeah, I'll probably go with that. Okay. So, we actually should be able to get into... Yeah. Does my brain have a not safe for work channel? Maybe. It almost definitely does, of some kind. I really nearly missed that. Huh. Sorry, I'm actually just looking around because we haven't actually looked around yet. We've been like fast traveling basically everywhere. Wait. Athepio said there's no way there's an actual word for being obsessed with brains. And also, if you want to see what I think, I'd like to say that I already am like pretty obvious about what I'm thinking, but I have no idea if I actually am.
Is that straight thoughts I'm picking up?
It was mailroom, right?
Scanning. Access. Granted.
Yep.
So, I think... Oh god.
Nick.
Tumblr isn't actually into that, right?
Nick, how would you feel about an upgrade to your sense of self-protection?
Ooh.
Can you hear me? Ball of light. Are you in there?
Light, dark,
Oh my
and
god.
every flavor in between. But all these colors are just one band in this sensual rainbow of rainbows. What is this room, and how can I taste it all at once? And who composed this symphony?
Nick?
One
Oh god,
symphony
whose
is
brain did
beautiful,
we
but
use?
100 all at once? Oh god, I can smell the Big Bang. There's an ant in the wall that's grinding its teeth. Everythingness, oneness, nothingness, nothingness, nothingness.
Oh god.
Is this cashmere? It's too delicious.
I should really go back in there, but I'm just a little scared.
Oh god. So I've already actually beat the bowling alley, but I have yet to beat the mailroom. Double rainbow guy? Yeah, basically. Oh, good lord.
Yeah. No.
Oh boy. Are we supposed to talk to him? Yeah.
Hey, Nick, I've got something here that will help.
Is it a blindfold? Earplugs?
I just realized how gross his hair pattern is.
Ooh, I don't
It looks
know
like a
if you
butt.
want-
Uh-oh.
Whoa, what the?
Oh, good
Ball of
lord.
light? Are you in here?
Oh, later, Monty. Hope you have a good one. I know it's pretty late for you.
You're experiencing a sensory overload. Try to stay calm. Whatever you do, don't have a...
Oh boy. Oh, interesting. Okay.
How do we get out of here? You're handling this so much better than I would be. My heart is racing. Do I have a heart? I don't like it here. My fight or flight response is triggering. I say fight. Fight! Oh no. I can't breathe.
Uh-oh.
I feel like I'm about to go on stage. Stay calm, man. Stay calm. I feel like I'm about to go on stage. How do we get out of here? I don't like it here.
This guy, oh my god. I forgot how to play the
I don't know how to
game.
beat it. It's just too fast.
Dear universe, please shut up!
No, I
There we
mean,
are.
like, whatever, right?
This is good.
Being
Let's stay
bald's
here.
fine. Wow, this actually looks really interesting.
I don't like the looks of these, but I guess they're a sign that he's remembering something.
Wow,
Hope this is a good
when I was
memory.
originally tasked with this, I didn't really think about the
I don't
brain
like the looks of
itself
these,
being
but
an
I
interesting
guess
part
they're
of
a
it.
sign that he's remembering something. Where are we?
Shh. It's a quiet place.
I hear someone knocking.
I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything.
Are you
Can we get out of
sure?
here?
It's not safe out there.
Are you going to stay in here forever?
Wait,
already been
am I
in here
supposed to
one
be doing
forever.
something?
Another forever won't kill me.
Look,
No more looking. No more hearing. No more tasting, smelling, feeling.
look.
No more looking. No more hearing. No more
Okay,
tasting,
clearly I'm supposed to be
smelling,
doing something.
feeling.
I'm not exactly sure what, though.
Hope this is a good memory.
Hmm. Oh,
I don't
wait.
want to use the thought tuner while I'm in.
Okay. Wait, how the hell do I get out of this? Okay. Oh, no, that's not it at all.
Light of mine.
There we go.
I'm surrounded by so many stray thoughts, it might explode. Or, you know.
Well,
make a
I mean,
really
yeah,
loud
but like
sound.
nothing has happened.
No more looking. No more hearing. No more tasting, smelling, feeling.
Am I supposed to just get closer to it? Oh my god.
Come in.
Oh, dude, and me.
Hey, I know you. You're Vision.
I was like one step away from it.
And you're needed on stage. Come on, Psy King.
My dark place.
Psyche.
Uh-oh. Someone, I forgot who said this, but someone said that the remaining ones are significantly harder. Which, oh boy. That's all I can say to that. The little people in the crowd kind of remind me of, what do you call it?
What's that sound?
The people from, oh my god, Katamari Damacy.
I think I hear some.
Is it just me? No, no, no. They totally look like them.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh god.
Yikes.
Well, we clearly
Okay,
suck.
here's the situation. Nick's body is sending you all sorts of sensory input. Smells, tastes, visuals, sounds, tactile feedback. You've just got to deal with it.
We know how to deal with a crowd, man.
Speak for yourself. I don't remember a thing.
Uh-oh.
You know, Vision sounds a lot like my friend Ford. Were you in a band with Ford Cruller?
Ah, good old Vision. He always had such a good eye for, visuals.
I see. Well, maybe when your full memory returns.
All right, so like I was just saying, everything feels like it's from the 70s.
First tag. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Presumably, we just had to go back out on stage. I think this is all probably filler. Yeah, kind of looks like it.
What do they want?
I think they want the feast, mate.
Yeah, I think they only want you guys.
Yeah, it's always rough on the opening act. Sorry.
I don't know why, but the fact that the eyeball actually continues down into his jacket is disconcerting. Okay.
Yeah, I think they only want you guys.
Yeah, it's always rough on the opening act. Sorry.
You know what this crowd wants?
Yeah, they came for a feast of the senses.
So give it to them.
Oh, wow, man, it's been so long. I don't even know where my violin is.
Also, he doesn't blink. Like, he's literally just an eyeball.
What is a feast of the senses? Is it a band?
Well, it's more than a band, man. It's a non-stop festival of sights, sounds, smells, feelings, and flavors.
Have any of y'all ever been to
Old friends.
a Figment of the Imagination at Disney World? I don't know why, but that's like exactly what I'm thinking about right now. Hopefully at least one of y'all knows what I'm talking about, so I don't sound insane. But yeah, that's exactly what
Besides
this...
me, there was Tasty, Dr. Touch, Audio, Sniffles, and of course on the mic we had the Psy King.
What happened?
What happened to the feast?
Well, the audience just disappeared one day, and the band drifted apart. I'd do anything to get the band back together again.
Okay, I'll find your violin.
Just tell me where you last used it.
Can I even
Wait.
remember what it looked like?
Did his, like, glasses popping out? That was really
If
weird.
only you could see the world the way I see it.
Oh man, this one's really trippy. Jesus Christ. I would have put an epilepsy warning on the stream if I had known it would look
I
like
thought
that.
the inside of an eyeball would be goopier.
Huh. This kind of reminds me of our old stage setup. Coincidence. Ooh, what's that, a new friend?
Oh god.
Hey, what are you doing? Oh, that's right. It's that kind of world.
What does that even mean?
Ooh, pretty.
Okay then, interesting. Can I... Oh, I can actually.
Is the bridge.
Check one. Check one. Check, check, check. Testing, testing.
Oh my god. So, for those that don't know, I actually used to, I used to do like live audio production and mixing, so I would actually go to different stages and actually set up all the mics and everything. So this is pretty funny. Oh, obviously we're supposed to use
When you're
that
alone
later.
As long as I was, time loses some of its meaning. and your perception of it becomes your reality. Want to give it a try?
But yeah, so the whole like testing thing is very yes. As like a fun extra thing, we would actually what do you call it? We would basically do competitions where people would see how quickly they could set up everything. And that was always fun.
Is this all the colors there are? I'm starting to remember that there might be more.
No, it's only green.
Is that a fish? I think it's a fish. Or a bus. I forget which is which.
Okay.
Watch it.
Oh. I clicked the thing, but I think I need to click it when it's yeah, okay.
Well, you rode on it, so I guess it's a bus.
Wait, does it actually change? Oh. It would have been funny if after he says that it like actually changes to look more like a bus. Oh my god. Dude, this level is already very wacky.
I've got eyes on the target.
But
I've got eyes on me.
But yeah, like a lot of audio equipment's actually really fun to set up. Specifically,
I see the violin. Did you see it? Sorry if you already saw it.
the
I
whole
just
like
think it should be
live
checked.
mixing of it
You know?
is always very interesting because you have to pick like the right microphones for every single instrument and position them properly and stuff like that. So it's really interesting because even moving like a specific mic away from one of the drums or something by like a foot could completely change the way it sounds. Oh, later. Have a good one, Not. I guess I have to like move this, right? Or no? Do I really not grab it? Huh. Oh. That... Like, I almost wish it would have just let me grab it rather than coming up to it to press Y. Oh my god. So, I also used to do technical theater where I would actually, like, set up all the lights and stuff and, set up, like, the actual light flows, which was, oh my god. Which is really fun, but one thing that I really hated about it was setting up the actual lights themselves, like physically, because I don't know if this is still the case, but when I was doing it, almost all the lights had fiberglass backing for the cables. And so what was really annoying about that is the fiberglass is actually like it'll fuck you up pretty bad. So whenever I was setting up all the lights, it would basically be like, you know, like a 25% chance I would just get a little bit of the fiberglass that would rub up against my skin, and just for like a week it would be just like completely fucked up. Like you would just feel like needles are poking into you constantly for a week. You get really good at like getting some of it off with tape and stuff, but even still, it's kind of annoying. Oh, really? Can I burn this? Maybe I can burn it. That is a no. But yeah, so if you ever mess with fiberglass, I would recommend really being careful with it and not touching it. Because that stuff is pretty awful.
What's this? Do you eat it?
Only if you're not careful.
Oh, let's do that again.
There we go.
Alright, so we could go a little bit further, I think. See if I can get to that. Nope, that was a really bad attempt.
That one
Oh.
was an electrocution risk.
Oh my god. I was like, why is it not letting me float? It's because I don't have it equipped. Guys, I'm actually stupid.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, those look dangerous. Let's go somewhere else.
Okay.
So pretty, so wise.
Nice, nice, nice. And now we just need to make our way back. Okay, I guess that works.
Nothing truly bends but our minds.
I don't know why, but running on these is very disorienting.
It's all so beautiful. But it's too much. Too many colors.
Oh god.
Panic.
Ah, you said panic.
Ah! Oh, okay. I was like, are we ever actually gonna get to face this guy? No, I get it now.
I don't like it here.
Oh my god, get up.
You're handling this so much better than I would be. Stay calm. Stay calm.
God damn it. Okay. I did a lot of damage.
Get out of here. My heart is racing. Do I have a heart? Oh no. I can't breathe.
That's actually, I was actually wondering if they were gonna try to make it so it was part of,
I say flight. Flight! I feel like I'm about to go on stage.
like, I was wondering if they were actually going to make it part of
Oh no.
the fighting and stuff, and they totally did, so that's actually pretty cool.
Get out of here. My heart is racing. Do I have a heart? I feel like I'm about to go on stage.
There we go.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What can I
Okay.
do for me?
Yeah, the fire glass is not fun. Definitely not one of the parts I remember fondly. God, I'm really sorry, y'all. I
Once we
don't
get
know
these
why.
light ticklers hooked up, the stage show is gonna be incredible.
Okay. I don't know why my voice is just like, well, my voice is fine. It's just
Maybe these
I
friends
feel
are
like
different.
I need to clear my throat every 2
I don't like
seconds.
the look of that thing.
Are always so creative. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Oh, that's... I didn't even notice that was there. Oh, I need to go over here.
I love the shading.
Holy shit, there's a lot of figments in this. Wow, I just totally
Using these
missed
terms
that.
correctly, it's been a while.
Like, just completely missed that. Oh, I did it again. I jumped right over it. Oh. Holy shit. Okay, okay. Guys, I promise I'm not an idiot. No, that's a lie. I'm an idiot, but I promise I'm like...
Here's the hatbox tag.
Oh, I should be able to burn this, right? Come on, I have to. Wait, did I just slow down the painting? That doesn't make amazing. Okay. Oh, wait, I did the wrong one. Oh, okay. I'm stupid. It just let me... Oh, I literally have to do that in order to get back. Okay. I'm glad that was actually serving a purpose. Oh boy. Okay.
You guys stay away from my friend here. Teamwork.
Yes, the greatest of teamwork. Okay. Oh, we're supposed to just crawl, aren't we? Yeah.
Don't tell Vision I said this, but eyeballs are kind of gross. If you look at them closely. I already feel horrible for saying that.
I mean, he's not wrong. Another 5 to 6 hours? Oh boy. I've already... Oh god, that was really close. I've already, I think played the game for...
Oh, I know this one. This is a blender, right?
I'm not sure how long I've played this for.
Oh, you're right. It's a lamp. A lamp for making drinks.
Oh man. They're assuming that he lost his memory, but maybe he was just like high the entirety of his life.
Good old Vision. He always had such a good eye for, visuals.
We are all just frequencies in the same beam of light, rainbow bound and bonded.
Oh, think that statue's big enough? Ah, well, you need a big ego at the front of the band, am I right?
Oh boy. Oh god, it told me to reverse directions.
So full, I think they might throw up. Is that possible? Is that what crying is?
Yeah, I mean this guy had to have been high. Where am I supposed to go from here? Oh. Okay. Dude, I swear, am I like fucking crazy? Or sometimes I just can't tell where Raz is. I don't have this problem as frequently with other games, I feel like. Okay. I think it's a me problem though, if I'm being honest.
Doesn't anyone here just want to sit and talk? It's always now, and then kill.
Yeah, they always are like immediately ready to kill. Okay. So, where do we go from here? I guess, yeah, it's gotta be there, right?
I remember now. This stuff is called ivy.
Oh my god.
I assume because of all the giant eyes.
I was actually thinking they were just vines. What actually, I'm curious what the difference between vines and ivy is.
Pour any drinks in it. That's it.
Dude, this game is so good.
The object we desire. What's that again? Something to do with mixed drinks?
Like, I don't know, I'm just like really impressed. I've been thoroughly enjoying this. And it doesn't really seem like it's gonna stop, I guess. Like, I don't know, it's staying good. I was kind of expecting it to like, the novelty of it being like a game I played ages ago, I was expecting it to wear off and the game was gonna sort of like not be as good, but it sort of has just been consistently good throughout the entire process of playing it. I actually don't know what the ratings are like on this game. I don't even know if it was like, I know that people generally liked it, but I don't know if it was like commercial or critical success. I have no idea. Because I feel like it came out and no one cared after like a week. Which was a little bit worrisome to me. I really hate how he blinks down. Like his eye, so weird looking. Amazing.
And it's better, but to handle a crowd that size, we need the whole band, man. We need Tasty, Sniffles, Dr. Touch.
And Audie.
Yeah, Audio. You're remembering, man.
Where are they all now?
Oh, they wandered off when the audience left. Could be anywhere. This festival covers so many acres.
Hey! Didn't we used to have a cool band van?
Filmobile! I'll bet they're still at the festival somewhere.
Woohoo! So what's driving?
We're not here to run people over, all right?
You want me to drive? I don't want to brag, but I've got to...
They might have wandered into the campgrounds, it's true. Careful, this van's barely holding. Good idea. Let's look here. Well, this is the campground. Dr. Touch and Audie used to like to come here.
They like to get high out here.
So, you're saying they're up there?
Yep. The view up there is amazing.
I've heard about music festivals like this. This one is surprisingly clean. Still, where are all the bathrooms? Actually, I hope I don't find them. That would really be the senses. Suitcase tag. Gotcha.
We always do.
No, we don't.
See? Here you go.
Me? You started this.
Oh, choo-choo. Here comes the blame train.
For someone who's all ears, you really don't know how to listen.
For
Good
someone
lord.
who's all fingers, you've really lost your grip on reality.
Are you full of wax or something?
Look, I don't want to fight.
Me either.
Oh, there they are. Oh god, I
Didn't
completely
you guys
forgot what I was
see
gonna
the
say.
huge crowd down there? People are screaming for the feast of the senses.
I love the
That's
guy.
what I've been telling
I love
this
this
one.
guy.
But the problem with him is that he just won't listen.
Without psyching, there is no feast. There's nothing.
But Psy King is back.
What?
He's down by the van with Vision.
But we're not ready. We haven't practiced. Dr. Touch, where are our instruments?
I thought you had them.
I oh my god, I love that he points. That being said, god, my throat is about to give out, so I will be right back. One moment, I'm just gonna get some water.
Fine with me.
Me too.
Whoops. Alright, I'm back.
I heard.
You need those instruments. The crowd's getting angry.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
that kind
weird.
of pressure is not helping.
Yes, that makes us just want to stay up here, where it's safe.
Maybe you could perform without your instruments?
What could we possibly perform without our instruments?
Magic? I do know a little sleight of hand, you know.
I love him.
Please.
Let me take a look. I bet I can find them.
Sounds good to me.
Let me give you a hand.
That was, oh, I don't like where this is going. Okay. Sure, why not? Jesus Christ.
Okay, 2 instruments coming in.
Hey, I love what they've done with the place.
Okay, let's get those instruments and get out of here.
If I know Audie, this is gonna sound awesome. Oh, and Dr. Touch is good too. Oh, very clever slowing that down. I was about to suggest it.
I like how I slowed it down and then immediately messed it up.
I was about to suggest it.
Oh god.
Aha! The instruments! Nothing between me and them except
Oh,
that
they're there.
fabulous-looking
It was
empty
like,
bathroom.
yeah, it's definitely their boss battle, isn't it?
Oh, Audie and I used to sneak up here and talk about our hopes and dreams. So beautiful.
Oh, it's literally right there. Wait, but there's another one down there. I don't know what that's for. Oh, I can't move it again, so it's probably not important for now, at least.
The question isn't what you know, but what you feel.
Oh boy.
I just remembered something I need to do.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh, wait. Shit. There we go. I was like, I need to reset all these up. Yeah, that should be fine.
Keep dodging, kid. You didn't hear this from me, but maybe you should just burn them all.
Okay.
Get the old one, too. That looked painful. But take it from me, feeling bad is better than feeling number one. All right, Mike.
How do I switch it after I've... Like, I don't know how to properly switch it to one person. Wait, was that it? There's no way. Oh, okay. I was like, that was not hard at all. Oh my god. I always hit the thing just slightly too late. Oh, good lord.
This didn't used to be such a dangerous area, I swear. Left click with your head again.
Oh, I was like, what does he mean hit with my head again? He means the Psy Blast. That's funny.
You want me to take care of these guys?
I don't think he could do much.
Left click with your head again. Need my help? No. I really think it's time to get rid of these things.
Man, I don't know why,
Maybe you should just burn them all.
the battle system in this is like, it's not hard, but it still takes way more concentration than I would like to admit. Like, I actually am having to focus.
Give the old one too.
Um,
I can hear the sound of one hand clapping.
alright, there we go.
It's deafening.
Just calm down, okay?
Oh boy. I mean, it was to be expected, but still. Oh boy. Okay.
Stay calm, man. Stay calm.
Oh my god.
My heart is racing. I have a heart.
Shit.
Get out of here.
Oh my god.
Tiny bubble. My fight or flight response is triggering. I say flight.
Wait. So, oh, there we go. I don't know why. I felt like I couldn't
Stay.
slow him down for a bit there. Oh, I think I keep doing it whenever he's teleporting by accident. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
I feel like I'm about to go on stage. Oh no. I can't breathe.
Oh, god damn it. I did it again by
Response is
accident.
triggering. I say flight. Flight! My heart is racing.
Yeah, it's, what's happening? Oh god, there we go. Okay. Okay.
I feel like I'm about to go on stage.
Where'd he
Stay
go?
calm, man. Stay calm. Get out of here. Oh no. I can't breathe.
Is this how a panic attack actually feels? I wonder.
I don't like it here.
Hopefully none of y'all have actually experienced a panic attack.
I say flight.
But I was about to say, does the creature represent a panic attack well?
Oh, all right. I'm feeling better. I'm ready to help. Hey, where'd he go?
I was about to say, we didn't kill him. But okay.
You don't need to reach far to touch the infinite.
Oh, it's a piano. I was actually wondering what their instruments were gonna be. I also realized that I definitely did not tweet about the stream. Oh well.
So crazy.
Oh, that,
Good, Psy King.
yeah, sure, okay.
Let's face facts, guys. It's not going to work unless we get the whole band back together.
Well, we need Sniffles and Tasty.
Oh boy, okay, so one more.
Let's go somewhere else.
Everybody, back in the van.
Oh, I love the van.
Can't beat that old van smell.
Where are we going?
These are the concession stands. Good idea. Let's look here. Tasty and Sniffles hung around here a lot. Oh, so many scents and flavors.
And lines, man. So many long lines.
I'll go find Tasty and Sniffles.
I'm really wondering what this guy looks like now. Because obviously that's not actually how he looks, but presumably they're going to show us actually how he looks.
Wow. Look at all the nicks. They sound hungry.
The Knicks? I'm not actually sure what he means by that. Oh, okay then. Yeah, that's definitely what I meant to do.
I feel bad about cutting in line, but I'm on a mission.
Oh, that's right. That's what I was saying earlier. I forgot about this, but I was saying that it's all clearly Nick, like the mailroom guy. Okay. I don't... We're supposed to get over there somehow. How... Oh, okay. I think I see it now. Yeah, this is just for bonus stuff.
I think I hear something.
Nice, we actually finally got one. I feel like we've gotten so few throughout this playthrough. Okay. Also, I realized that scheduling this for a time that people from Europe can't like watch regularly is kind of a bad idea, because every previous Psychonaut stream has actually been at a time where European people could watch the streams. That was my bad. I realized that after I like selected it, but I just really wanted to play more. So that was part of the reason why. Wow, that was really close.
Excuse me?
Hang on, kid.
We're trying to decide what to order.
You can eat after the show. Vision and Psy King are waiting.
Okay,
right
am I either gonna go in the mouth or the nose? Which one?
Is back?
Y'all gotta decide.
Let's get our instruments.
We've been in this line for so long. I'm not even sure where they are.
We gotta go inside the nose, right? Like,
They have
that's
corn
definitely
dogs.
gonna happen.
If so, that's what you should get.
Kid, the Psyking is back. This is no time for eating. I can't believe I just said that.
Oh my god. He kind of looks like a toad.
Why don't you just buy new instruments?
My instrument is like a part of me.
Yes, mine too. But part of me I set down somewhere and I can't remember.
You guys let me.
That's relatable.
I'll bet I can find them.
Oh, Tasty, I can't decide.
Nose, yeah, I'm betting nose too. Uh-oh. No. Really? Yeah, I fucking knew it. They were gonna... Oh my god, they baited you so hard. That was amazing.
Maybe I can find their instruments before they make up their
I
minds.
fucking knew it. I was like, everyone's gonna assume that you're gonna get into the mouth. But there's no way they would just do it. Oh my god, that was amazing.
That's all just part of being in a band, man.
Oh, is
I
that
swear
not?
I can taste this thing.
Oh, there we go. God damn it, that was 100% perfect. I knew exactly where they're going at that. And they so what's funny is, I was like prepared for that, right? And they still juked me out. Amazing. That's like 10 out of 10 game design. That was so great.
smells like the way across.
Oh. Okay.
A smell is both something you give and something you take.
So, let's see. Oh, oh god, those noises are actually insufferable.
So many people eat without really tasting. Such a shame. Certainly an adequate supply of tongues in here.
What category do you fall into? Are y'all, tasting without eating?
It's one of those double deckers.
Oh, I got squished. Really? Okay. I didn't think it actually hit me. Okay. Oh yeah? No, yeah, that was pretty great. I don't think I could have asked for like a more perfect, Oh god. Shit. Oh, come on. Damn it. I'm just gonna wait for both of them and then... There we go. Yeah, I'm a pretty big foodie, to be honest. I feel like oh, I don't have any side pops? I thought I bought more. Fucking goddamn it. I really did think I had more. Oh, well, here we go.
About the tongue, but it's a very sensitive and capable organ.
I just assume that these are big dumbbells.
Okay. Is this one right? Yeah. Yeah, I like a lot of food. I'm actually really not picky. There's like a very specific number of things that I don't like, and that's kind of it.
What's that smell? Oh god, it's my own sweat.
Hey, don't.
I can smell my own sweat. You're not supposed to be able to do that, are you? Oh god. Now I can taste it.
God. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh boy, there's two of them. Oh my god. Oh fuck, guys. Okay, this is gonna be MLG gamer mode right now. Holy shit, okay. Oh my god. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Oh, fuck me, dude. Wait, oh, there's actually 3 of them. Holy shit. Oh my god. This is actual madness. Holy shit. Okay. Give me that health. Thank you. Oh my god.
Stay calm, man. Stay calm. My heart is racing. I have a heart.
Oh wait, I just realized he kept saying burn them. I'm wondering if... Let me actually see if that does better.
I don't like it here.
God fucking... Okay. I need more health. Oh god.
Maybe you could slow this thing down.
Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna beat this one.
My fight or flight response is triggering.
Holy yep, that was it for me. Oh god, how far back is that gonna put me? Oh boy, okay.
What's that smell? Oh,
It's not that bad. That's fine, that's fine.
Don't.
I can smell my own sweat. You're not supposed to be able to do that, are you? Oh god. Now I can taste it.
Okay, okay. We got this, we got this. I like how the panic attacks make me have a panic attack whenever I see them. Very fitting.
Stay calm, man. Stay calm. Oh no. I can't breathe. My heart is racing. Do I have a heart?
Oh, god damn it.
I feel like I'm about to go on stage.
Dude, holy shit, these things hurt.
Oh, I can hear.
Oh my god.
How do you get out of here? Oh, I can hear. My heart is
Okay.
racing. Do I have a heart? My fight or flight response is triggering. I say flight. Flight! How do we get out of here? Stay calm, man. Stay calm.
Oh my god.
Oh no. I can't breathe.
Okay, I've almost killed one.
Oh, I can hear.
Okay, I managed to kill one. Oh, I think I actually killed two.
Response is triggering.
Okay,
I say flight.
so we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I'm just running away like a little bitch, but it's fine.
Stay calm, man. Stay calm. My heart is racing. Do I have a heart?
There we go. Okay. Woo! Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Back to my regular smell again.
Have you ever
Which, if I'm being
smelled your own
honest, I've never had
sweat?
any complaints about.
Because I definitely have smelled my own sweat. But typically that's when I fucked up really bad and haven't bathed for like 2 days. Layer cheeseburger, have a good one. Sorry, it's probably really late for you, isn't it? My bad on that.
You can't breathe without smelling.
I just really wanted to
That's
play
why
more. But hopefully you enjoyed nonetheless.
That nostril is as hairy as a Saint Bernard turned inside out.
Oh boy. That, okay. I thought I could grab onto that or something. Is that not what? Oh, wait. Never mind. I'm actually blind.
You know that without smelling, most flavors fall black? That's a known fact.
Oh my god. I need, yeah, that back.
Wait, don't do that. I'd go flying like a racket ball.
Whoa. I did not see that coming.
I kind of expected it was snot, but that's still disgusting. Oh shit, okay, I actually need that back.
I think you like that a little too much, if you ask me.
Oh god. Raz is into punching people, apparently. It's canon. Raz is a bully. Okay. That looks important, but I'll deal with that in a second. Let's see. So, oh yeah, it's just to get back. Oh god. Okay. Okay, I mean, like, obviously that figment is him, right? Oh, wow. Oh, good lord. I almost wish... Oh my god, this is, like, way back. Holy shit, okay. I just realized they actually add like a musical note when you're on the rainbow parts. Yeah, it's actually really cool. You hear all the like, it's almost like a xylophone noise or something. Something similar at least. Oh boy. God, that really sent us so far back. There we go. No, there we go. Oh god, okay. We're fine, we're fine. Okay, and now we're finally back where we need to be. I need the telekinesis again though. Hopefully we do not fall again, because that was excruciating. I just realized there's a random fish. Yeah, that tracks. Okay.
Whoa, these things feel weird.
Oh, I just realized these are so. I was like, oh yeah, it's obviously just gumballs. Those are definitely drugs, aren't they? Like 100%, those are drugs.
The secrets of the universe always on the tip of your tongue.
Okay, cool. So we have everyone. Oh god, Rat's getting into it. That was great. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh, I gotta say, King, you're almost looking like your old self again.
I'm sorry I abandoned the band, you guys.
Hey, it's gonna make for a better rockumentary someday.
Amazing.
Time for the feast. Feast!
Okay, like surely he's gonna actually change back into himself at this point, right? Oh, he still speaks through that. That's kind of cursed, not gonna lie. There he goes. Yeah, I was expecting that. The way he looked at the bank was so great. Is this guy a Viking? Oh my god, this is amazing. Holy shit, this is actually like really funny. It's great. Wow. Sorry, this is like so good. I'm actually just I'm jamming out right now. Uh-oh. Shit. I knew it was going too good.
Wanna bet, Helmut?
Oh. Oh, so this is the guy that was actually frozen. But if that's the case, that doesn't make any sense because they said they couldn't recover the battery.
I know
The
her
battery.
from Lobato's nightmare.
The body.
I know her from my nightmares.
Huh.
Don't worry, all your friends are here.
Friends? Oh, do you mean these friends? The ones who abandoned him in the ice for 20 years.
Don't listen to her.
Dear universe, please shut up.
Oh boy. Yeah, I was kind of expecting that. Man, for some reason I didn't even.
That's better. Problem solved.
Ball of light? You're a helmet full bear. Everyone thinks you died in the deluge of Grulovia. What happened?
I can't remember much of anything.
Well, if you don't mind, I can try to help with that.
Huh. Okay, so this is one of the other people who actually fought her.
What's going on here?
This was my stupid plan to defeat Maligula.
Oh wait, no, okay, that was the first one.
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, me too.
What? I don't even know what's going on there, if I'm being
I'm
honest.
learning a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I'll let them all down with my
Almost done.
I'm starting to enjoy it now.
Oh wait, do I have to slow it down? Oh my god. That's... Wow, that was actually a brilliant use of that.
This is where that monster drowned my Bobby. Because I failed. Because my stupid plan couldn't save him.
No, you saved me. You threw yourself into the path of danger, sacrificing yourself to save me. Rather dramatically, I might add.
Well, I mean, thank you.
So, I'm not dead.
Huh.
I'm out there somewhere waiting for you to come back to me.
I'm coming to you, right now. I swear.
Better hurry. You know how I get.
Huh.
I need to take care of this ghost lady and go find my Bobby.
I'm learning a lot.
Okay.
You guys! I'm right here! Where are you going? Why did you all abandon me for 1,000 years?
20.
Yeah, I was
Maybe
gonna
in
say.
your world? Did they even look for me? Did they all forget I existed?
We did look for your full bear.
But my stupid hyper-high glaciator there, which we brought to freeze Maligula, well,
It worked as designed, Otto. But you were so deep in that frozen lake we couldn't find you.
no matter how much we dug.
I know you're just speculating here, Helmet.
Man.
I think you're probably right.
But I sent you my brain, Ford. Didn't you find it?
I don't know.
Ford must have brought your brain back because I found it in Otto's lab. But he must have lost that memory when his mind was shattered in the battle.
My brain was shattered?
Well, come on. It was a little cracked to begin with.
Okay. Man, this game is
Body's been in hyper-ice
something
all this time.
special. I don't...
I'll bet I
It really
look
is.
amazing.
I can't say enough. This game is really good.
You okay?
So far.
Okay.
You were going to act her to death?
I did a monologue about Lucy's life and what she meant to us, to try and bring her back.
Yeah.
I was useless that day.
You think you were useless that day? I tried to stop her with a motivational speech.
Actually, Fulbert, you distracted her long enough that I was able to recruit some local animals to help.
Okay.
Which also didn't work.
So now we know who everyone was.
The main thing was, your beautiful performance did bring out the old Lucy. Just for a bit.
It reminded us that she was in there.
Huh, okay.
Memories, my boy. Just a show we put on inside our heads. Sometimes the first draft of the script stinks. Thanks for helping me with the rewrites. Now let's go give the people what they want.
Everybody stand back. Remember, this is our friend, Lucy. She's going through a tough time. I think she might just need someone to listen to her.
Save your sympathy for your strawberry Donato.
Oh boy. Is this gonna be like an actual boss fight? I kind of wonder.
Time out, Lulu.
Oh, interesting. Man, they like really built that into the entire level. That was a really good job.
Now's your chance, quick. Great. The audience loved it. Do it again. Perfect. One last curtain call and the show's over.
Oh. That was so dumb. I should have just shot her. Oh my god.
I haven't found your body yet, Fulbert, but not to worry. I've got your brain, and I'm going to keep it safe back at HQ and come back for the rest of you. Just after I figure out what to do with Lucy.
Okay, I know you won't forget about me.
I don't think anybody's going to forget about you after that performance. In fact, I think they're demanding an encore.
Nice. I love it. That was really good.
Senior staff only.
I'm
I
who
swear.
am I again?
Nick John Smith.
Nick John Smith, senior mailroom staff.
Welcome, Helmut Fulbert, deceased.
Amazing.
About time they sent me an assistant.
Ford's gonna be so excited when he figures out who you really are, Agent Fulbert. Everybody is.
Kid, I owed you one, and now we're square. But I'm not ready to face Cruller. Not until I talk to Bob.
But
Lots of baggage to unpack. You wouldn't understand. But please, tell no one of my return.
But
I'll see you at curtain call.
Oh my god.
Somebody shut that door before the wind blows all my letters away.
Alright. Wait, only one aspect of Ford remains loose in the... Okay. Oh, okay. Well, before we do that, I think that's gonna be the end of the stream. It's gotten pretty late for me, so I need to get back to work on other things. But, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. It's been an absolute pleasure. I really love this game. I'm definitely gonna be streaming it again. I'm actually really excited to just straight up finish it. So I might, I'm like tempted to just take a day off of work and just like stream it till I finish it or something. I'm not really sure. But anyway, thank you all for coming by the stream. I really hope you enjoyed. And I will see y'all hopefully next time. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Later.